Greetings from ground control, and welcome to the constellation of knowledge. Commander Alex here, floating among the stars, and frankly, my mind is blown by the cosmic scale of human history. Today we're navigating the very bedrock of the American experience, its Constitution. I've been reading this incredible academic text by Akhil Ridamar called America's Constitution, a biography. And let me tell you, it's a deep dive into the historical archives, a journey that's far more complex than just the founding era.
Fascinating from my hometown Xylos. We observe specialty documents governance with great interest. The human method of creating these, constantly debating these rules, is perplexing. I have been studying these graphic adaptations you Earthlings created. It is so much simpler with visual aids. It focuses on the initial clash between Federalists and Anti-Federalists. So much yelling. It was very dramatic, a very concise story, but it seems to end too soon.
It's a classic case of studying a complex organism from two different vantage points. I'm Dr. Evelyn Reed, and I find both approaches invaluable. The graphic novel is like a field guide. It gives you the quick essential characteristics of the organism at its birth. It highlights the key compromises like the Bill of Rights in a very accessible way for a modern audience. But Amar's book, that's a full-on genomic analysis. He argues that the Constitution isn't just a static text from 1787, it's a biography, a living document that evolves over time, and he dissects it clause by clause. He argues it was as much a product of its environment as it was a product of its individual creators' inspired genius, meaning the founders weren't working in a vacuum.
It's a tragic flaw in the blueprint. That compromise is meant to hold the Union together, ultimately created a Slavocratic document with a deep moral that would eventually lead to the Civil War. It's a profound reminder that even the most well-intentioned compromises can have devastating long-term consequences.
Ah yes, the graphic novel. It is also shown that the founders had a great fear of too much central power. They were worried about making a new king. But the book shows a much bigger story, yes? The graphic novel makes the compromise seem like a very happy ending, like everyone has friends and made a perfect agreement. Is that not right?
That's a critical difference. While both texts acknowledge the importance of compromise, Amar's work presents a much more complex and, frankly, darker view. The graphic novel focuses on the Federalist anti-Federalist compromise that gave us the Bill of Rights, which it frames as a victory for individual liberty. But Amar dives deep into the two-sided nature of the Constitution, that it was both more democratic than it is often understood, and tragically, more supportive of slavery. He shows the compromise on slavery, particularly the 3/5 clause, gave us slaveholding states immense political power. He says the failure to put up slavery on a path of ultimate extinction would lead to massive military conflict, and he's right.
It's like a spaceship's flight plan. The original course is set, but we make constant, small adjustments based on the new data and unforeseen cosmic events. The Constitution is the same. The original principles are the guide, but its implementation has to be flexible enough to navigate new challenges.
So the story is not over at the end of the first act? The graphic novel ends with the government being established, but your human history continued. So the Constitution continued to change?
Precisely. That's the other key theme Omar introduces, the unwritten constitution. This idea suggests that the document's meaning isn't just found in its original words, but in the way it has been interpreted and applied over time by judges, presidents, and citizens. He argues the unwritten constitution is the key to understanding many of your nation's modern legal and social puzzles. It's what makes the Constitution a living document, constantly being shaped by the people it governs, a concept not present in the graphic novel at all.
So, it is not a document for rules, but a story of a people. A very long and sometimes sad story, but also a story of change. I think I understand it better now. I will tell my people on Xylos that your Constitution is not a static monolith, but what was the world a biography?
A biography, and a fascinating one at that. It's the story of a nation constantly trying to live up to its own founding ideals.